let's dive into our fuel for thought. And I want to talk about Rajah Caruth. Rajah is from Atlanta. He's 21 or 22 years old. He is currently getting ready to take on a full season in a Spire truck, number 71 Hendrick Cars truck. So I want to talk about Rajah's future, his expectations, what to expect. What do you think his future plans are? But I'm gonna give you a little background on Rajah. Rajah went his first race was at Richmond, I think, and he got hooked on, and then he did a little racing on the NASCAR E Series, and he raced late models for a period of time, I think, for the weekly series, and then he moved to ARCA, and he moved to ARCA East, and then I first seen Rajah race was at it it was at Hickory. It was at Hickory Motor Speedway racing the late model there in 2020, I want to say. And he's been through the ranks. You know, he's got a couple opportunities in Xfinity, and I've 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 talked to Rajah a couple times at Martinsville. Hung out with, actually was on pit road with his team. I want to say it was fall of 2022, I think. And really nice kid, really nice guy. You know, we're all about the same age, and he is also a full time student at Winston Salem State. He is a junior, and while doing that, he's doing racing, and I'm sure he's either wrapping up or he's currently on Twitch doing some iRacing stuff. So I just want to ask you guys, what do you guys think with him doing full time in a 71 truck with Hendrick on the hood? What do you think his expectations are going forward, and what do you think his outlook is going forward with this opportunity with the 71?
Yeah, so I would say that, and to sum it up in a nutshell, I mean, I think it's a tremendous opportunity this year to take a huge leap. You know, last year with the full-time truck, I mean, he had 4 top 10s. I every time I don't watch every truck race from big flag to flag, but when I do, I would always see him start, progress up, get better as the race went. Usually he's around 10 to 15th typically, but then sometimes he sneak into the top 10. It may not finish there, but he was racing anywhere from like say 7 to 10th. So I think that was a really good year last year for him in the trucks. And then now he gets over to Spire, old KBM. He gets the HendrickCars.com backing, which I mean, that's awesome. The truck looks phenomenal. The number 71. I just think there's a real opportunity for him to make a leap this year. He's absolutely a great kid. I didn't know until recently, I think we might have been at the Winston Cup Museum, and you were telling me, well, yeah, Rajah, we passed it going up.
Yeah.
Rajah's it, look over there. Rajah's probably walking the class or something, something funny. But I didn't even know that. So to be a full-time student at a university here in North Carolina and be a full-time NASCAR driver, I mean, it speaks volumes. The kid just seems like an amazing talent. And coming up through iRacing, I kind of see like almost like a William Byron-ish type of path with him. But I will say that he probably needs to make a leap this year. And I don't want that to put pressure on the kid, because I think, that's a lot to handle. But I'd love to see him get a dub. I think it's all right there for him. And I really think, if he can turn some heads, this could be a somewhat of a make or break year in his career path projection. If he can, make some hay this year. What do you got, Thomas?
I think this opportunity in the Truck Series is a really great one, and I'm hoping he can do good. He maybe win a few races, maybe run good. But yeah, I really want to see him do well. I mean, I think there could have been a better paint scheme. I mean, better than Hendrick Cars. I mean, come on, But anyway, I mean, I want him to do really well. But I mean, maybe in the future he might go to Cup racing. I mean, you made a really good point about comparing him to William Byron through the coming up through iRacing. So maybe in the future we could see Rajah Caruth in the Cup Series. Maybe in a top ride like William Byron. there's definitely are some parallels there that I think we need to keep a watch out. But I mean, overall, I think this is a great opportunity for him, and I want to see him do well.
Now, Thomas, you say you want to see him Cup racing. You like to see him Cup racing. Do you think there is a possibility that he could maybe take over the 48 at some point? And Gene, you can answer this question too. Do you guys see a point where, with the Spire and Hendrick alliance, with Hendrick Cars on the hood, does he take an opportunity at some point with Junior Motorsports or a top tier Chevy Xfinity team, and then somehow maybe end up in the 48 at some point down the line?
I think it's very possible. I mean, depending on what he does, this season in the Truck Series, I could see him working his way up there, and especially, fast forwarding to the Cup Series with Bowman struggling. I mean, they might be looking for a replacement maybe in the next 2 or 3 seasons, and he already has an alliance with Hendrick. They already know him. He's a talented race car driver, so I'm thinking there is a good possibility that we could see him in a top Hendrick ride.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pump brakes just a little on that and say that I think a lot would have to happen, like a lot of dominoes would have to fall for him to get that opportunity, even with a phenomenal year in the truck this year. But what I do like is that he's with Spire. The path to Cup is in the building. So what I could see is a team like that gets support indirectly through Hendrick with engines and things of that nature. I could see his path more likely getting the Cup that way. I don't know. I think Carson Hocevar is going to run well. I think Corey LaJoie is going to have a bit of a leap too. So I don't know when that timeline will be, but I'm just glad he's in the building over there at Spire, because I really think that's where the opportunity will lie. And in the distant future, if all the things break and then he gets in the Spire Cup car and runs well, then that would be about the timeline. Because we alluded to it last week where I was asked, I said something like, Hendrick needs to be looking at that next generation. Right. The reason I said it that way is I really think that the folks that they got in the 4 Cup cars at Hendrick are going to be there for probably 7 to 10 more years. You got maybe Kyle Larson leaving out first, and then those other 3. I mean, unless Bowman has a true regression, unlike we've seen, I mean, I'm actually thinking big things for him this year. So I would be shocked if that happened in that way. But yeah, I just think Spire would probably be the right progression once he gets to winning in this 71 truck. And I will back Thomas up. Like, I think there was an opportunity. I love the Ricky Hendrick tribute scheme. I think Kyle should run that to the day he decides to hang up the Cup car. But if there's an opportunity to rebrand a little and make something fresh with the HendrickCars.com sponsorship, I thought it probably would have been good to make that truck a little bit different and make it something specific more to Rajah but it's pretty obvious like that. That's like the go-to